Welcome back, LEGO fans, to episode 24 of the Quarantine Cast here on Beyond the Brick. I'm Joshua Hanlon, and we've got a great group of builders for you today. As always, Bricks O'Brien, Brian Salviano, and Kirk Wilson, Vision Bricks, are here with me, and we have special guest Stephen Walker that's going to be talking all about BrickCon and their upcoming virtual show. So let's jump on into it. So before we launch in with Steven talking about BrickCon, we'll pick back up where we left off last week and mention I'm still working on the architecture Trafalgar Square set right here. So I've just got kind of the finishing details to put on the build. I'll be working on that today. And Brian, remind all the viewers at home what you have.
I has a Hedgewig. I'm going to finish this and hopefully not mess up the technical parts of it like last time.
Vision, did you bring anything today? I think you were working on some Harry Potter sets last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up the Hogwarts Express and then possibly start the Quidditch match.
Perfect.
Yep.
And we should also mention Brian's had a big drop since last stream with the stickers that were released in your partnership with Kevin Hinkle. So why don't you tell everyone about that, Brian?
Okay. So these are stickers that I had made by Mr. Kevin Hinkle. What does that remind you of, anyone? No one in particular, right? Nothing in particular that I talk about obsessively, but these stickers were released in collaboration with Kevin on his Etsy store. And you might be saying, Brian, how do I get my hands on one of these? Plot twist, you can't. They're all sold out. So Kevin has to order more of them. They're going to be available in his Etsy shop one day in the near future. So I'll let y'all know when that happens. But in case you wanted some Bricks O'Brien hotness, it's another batch just went in the oven. We got to wait for it to pop back out again. So.
Brian's using the Supreme model by creating artificial.
I wish I were that much of a marketing guru to do that, but it just so happens that there is a higher demand than I think Kevin anticipated. He got more orders on his Etsy store in one day than he had gotten in 3 months. So a lot of people wanted them. So thank you all for the support. Not that I mentioned it on this channel yet. So future support. Thanks. Appreciate it.
There you go. Yeah. So definitely keep an eye out for those as well. I love those stickers. I'm glad you guys were able to work together on those. And Kevin obviously always does amazing work. So it's great to see him collaborating with more people in the LEGO community for stuff like that. Maybe we'll see more of that in the future from him.
You will absolutely see that if I have anything to say about it.
Awesome.
I actually have a plug for Kevin as well. He's actually the designer of our BrickCon t-shirt this year.
Hey,
there you go.
Yeah.
Kevin's always popping up.
And so for the AFOLs that'll be attending the AFOL side convention, there's a special t-shirt that only they will be able to get. And then in our store that'll be open to everybody, there's another version of that t-shirt that will be available. I don't have graphics to show you at the moment, but in about a week, they'll be available for everybody to take a look at.
That's awesome. We'll look forward to checking that out. And that's also a great introduction to all of the cool things that you guys have planned for BrickCon 2020. So, Stephen, why don't you start off with kind of a brief introduction of yourself, just so people know who you are, and then we'll launch into everything going on with BrickCon this year.
Sure. So my name is Stephen Walker. I'm the executive director of BrickCon. Been in this role for, I think this is only my second or third year. I've lost track already. I've been a member of the BrickCon staff since about 2008. And then when Wayne retired, I took over as our kind of in that leadership spot. This year, we've had the luxury of being one of the last cons of the year to see and watch how all the rest of the conventions have gone in this age of 2020 and COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So we've lucked out and been able to do some things that a lot of the other cons haven't been able to do, just because we've had the time to do it. Our goal, even when we started talking about being virtual back in March and April, was to make the convention as close to the real thing as possible. And so we've added goodie bags, t-shirts. We'll have some swag that people can buy. We're our regular convention and most conventions have both a private and a public perspective. We are doing that virtually as well. So the AFLs will get up to 5 different tracks of activities that they have to choose from. And then our public, we've actually added basically taking our main stage that we would have normally had in the exposition hall. We've actually turned it into a actual presentation stage. So for our public attendees, for a $5 ticket, they'll have access to 4 hours of discussions with the Lego Masters US. Lego history, Lego corporate history is going to make a presentation. Lego House is going to be talking about new mocks. All types of really cool stuff. And then we were able to find a way to bring our vendors into it as well. So our Brick Bazaar is back. We have at the moment 22 vendors, I think last I looked, that will be vending. Many of them that you're familiar with. Kevin Hinkle will actually be there with his store. Citizen Brick will be there. Eclipse Graphics, Brick Stuff, and their great lighting products. Math and Such, which is if you've been to the BrickCon, they've been in the back. They're the ones that sell the huge display of all the new sets. They're back both as a sponsor and a vendor. Swoop bags, cute bricks.
A great variety. Yeah,
it's a huge variety.
Lots of fantastic vendors there. So how will that work then logistically? Will they be actually selling stuff during the stream or just kind of showing off kind of what they have to offer?
So it's actually a virtual marketplace that you'll be able to pick which store you want to wander into, all done with links. And then you basically get a tiled Shopify experience as to which products you want to look at. The vendors will have the ability to do either a video or a live stream within their store. So in a way, it's going to be really close, as if you were already there and talking to them in our normal Brick Bazaar. Other than you don't have to leave your couch.
Wow, yeah, that's certainly a very fancy setup. I'm glad. I think goes back to what you were saying earlier about having more time to set this up. I think you were able to do some cooler stuff like that. So that's great.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of research. In fact, we're still researching various solutions for a couple of challenges we still have in front of us. But yeah, we were able to work with a couple of local companies that jumped early into the virtual convention space, and so we've been able to help them as they're rolling out products. I mean, we're using some products that just rolled out this summer to put on the show.
Fantastic. So then for the builds themselves, how will builders be primarily showing that off, and what will that experience be like for people who are attending and wanting to check stuff out?
So the builders have to submit their own pictures. We aren't, unlike past where they can set up their stuff on the table and everybody walks around. This year, they actually have to submit the pictures. We are using, we'll be using Flickr, and we're using private albums that are password protected. So the only way to get your password is to have bought your ticket, and then you get an email or a link. And they will be organized just like at the convention by theme. So pop culture, space, town, train, castle, Technic, GBC, all our various themes will be organized, and they can wander through the Flickr albums and check out all the pictures. Unlike BrickCon, where in physical presence, where you can pretty much only see half the model, because the builders can actually take the pictures. They can actually show you all the little bits and pieces and intricate details that you may not see at the convention. So you actually have a chance to see more of the models this year than you would at the physical show.
Right. Yeah, that's something that I know a lot of both the builders and public will sometimes complain about at a convention, is if you get in a spot where maybe your build, has details on all sides, but like you said, only half of it can actually be seen by the public, and then a lot of it is wasted there, and no one can admire it very nicely. So that's the nice thing about like photos and videos online, is you just get a much better look at it.
Yep. Yeah. Amazing number of builders want the corner spots when we do the tables.
So what else? So you mentioned the vendors and the builders there. What else will be going on if people want to check stuff out?
We're doing games. So we've always done games in the past. We will have this year. We will actually have 2 different Master Builder games. Yeah, the normal Master Builder, where you're limited to the constraints of a single set. And I realize I don't know where my set is. I should have it. At a break, I can go get it. And then we're actually also offering a Master Builder Unlimited, where you have to have pieces from the set. I think there's a minimum number of pieces that have to be from the set, but you're basically allowed to use your other pieces from outside the set. We're going to use the same type scenario as we did for mock submissions. So they have an hour to build. They'll have some certain amount of time to get their pictures taken and uploaded. And then we'll have our judges pick the top 5. And then we'll actually submit a ballot to everybody, all the attendees, to then pick their favorite. And so just like we've done with Pips and the Cups after our sessions, the attendees will be able to actually pick the best Master Builder set. And so that's we expect that to be a lot of fun. We think we figured out how to do things like the speed build, speed unbuild, where you have to build the set and then take it apart and arrange it like the instructions. We will have a surprise game like we've had for the last couple of years. And those will be scattered both Saturday. Pull up my schedule here, make sure I don't make something. We have done, in the past we've had a wacky race that we usually hold where we set up a ramp, run models off the bottom, watch them explode.
That's always a fun event.
We'll be doing the same thing, only people will have submitted their videos, and they had to submit them. So this is great for the people who bought their tickets early, but they had to submit their videos by basically Labor Day weekend. So we had time to put together the video, and so we'll be showing off everybody's home built ramps and crashes and fun stuff like that. Battle Bricks is back. Again, we had to pre-record that, so we'll have an actual competition playing down to the number 1 BattleBot or brick built BattleBot. That will actually be playing for our public, like we've done in the past on our public channel. And then we just have a boatload of presentations. We'll be running 2. Well, we have basically a channel dedicated to our public attendees, and then we have 2 channels dedicated to the AFL attendees. So if you include games, there's potential for 4 different things happening at the same time. So people will have to make a decision, like a good convention. We are working on technologies and the best solution to be able to replay those presentations that we're allowed to record, so that for probably a week or so after the convention, they can come back, they get home from work, or get off work and move from their desk to their desk and, pick up a presentation that they wanted to see, but they were maybe involved in Master Build or one of the other games. And they can actually pick up on those. They may not be able to interact and ask the questions, but they'll at least be able to get to see what was asked.
Right, that's a great idea because just like at an in-person convention, there's usually too much stuff going on to see everything. So this way, if everything can be recorded, then you can go back and catch something you might have missed, a presentation or whatever it might be.
Right, but it's going to be up to the presenter, right? So we aren't going to record and play back something that the presenter isn't going to allow us to play. When we're still arranging, we don't know yet which all can still be recorded, so we're still working on that. But we have some pretty cool presentations. The Lego Mindstorm's going to be talking about their new stuff.
Yeah, there's some big new products coming out there. Yeah.
Right. And they're going to be talking about their new product line. Bricklink's going to be talking about their building and studio abilities. We have Diagon. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Caterino, yeah. Caterino. He'll be talking about, or he'll have an open Q&A about being a Lego designer. And then in the public space, he's actually going to offer a ability to just build with him. He'll provide some suggestions, and so all the kids and parents can build along with him.
That's awesome. Yeah, Tiago has a fantastic YouTube channel as well. If people haven't checked out his work, if you just search his name, he does like tons of cool tutorials and lots of awesome content. So yeah, it's been great to see, even since he left the designer job at Lego, all the work he's done in the community.
Yep. For AFOL attendees, Jan Bear will be available for an open Q&A. Just don't ask him about monorail.
Make sure to ask him about lots of unreleased future products, because he's
right.
those.
Well, yeah, we will actually have moderators at all the sessions to help try to keep things flowing. But
this is a good time to mention all the moderators.
Yeah, their work will be cut out for them with dealing with that Q&A, I'm sure. Let's hear what else can we bring up.
And something like that Q&A, what is the technology you're using for that? Are they're like in a video stream, and then can other people also join that stream? Will you be able to see the people in there, or how will that work?
So we're using a combination of Zoom meetings and Zoom webinars. So depending on, we didn't want to have to pay for too many of these technologies. So we're some of them will be on our webinar mode, some of them will be in the meeting mode. So all the questions will be done through the chat. So if you've been to BrickCon or Brick Fiesta or any of those where they had the chat open for questions, that's exactly how they'll be able to ask their questions. If we get to the end and we still have time open in that session, then we'll probably allow everybody to enable their cameras, and they can talk and chat and continue on until the next presentation starts, and then we'll turn off everybody's cameras and get the next presentation underway. We're running it a bit like you would at Comic-Con, where the room will actually stay open. We aren't going to close down the room after each session. We're setting up session blocks instead. And so all the sessions before lunch, you can just hang out in the room the entire time, and between sessions, open it up for chat. BrickCon's always been one for socializing, and so we're trying to allow for that as much as possible between sessions. And then we've actually dedicated a Zoom channel just for socializing. And then those that want to be able to talk both now and after the con, we've actually started our own Discord server. And so you can get on there and chat as well. So really, really trying to promote our social abilities as well as all these great presentations. I think our most exciting presentation is that Skip Kodak, president of Lego Americas, will be doing our keynote session Saturday morning at 11 Pacific. This will be his first time attending a con and being out there. So we're really excited about that. Andrew Breecraft from Brothers Brick will be doing the Q&A with him. It'll be an interview style format. And we're really looking forward to seeing how that turns out.
Yeah, that's great. It's always cool when conventions can get kind of official Lego representation in, whether it's designers or marketing people, whatever it might be. Just kind of getting some of those people in to talk behind the scenes, because so much of what the Lego company does is always kind of kept behind the scenes, and it's hard for fans to always understand what's going on. So I think that'll be really neat. So you said that Saturday morning is when that's happening?
Correct. Saturday morning, 11. Make sure I got my times right. Yes, 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Awesome stuff. So is that one of the things that's available to the public, or would you have to be an AFOL registrant to access that?
You have to be part of the AFOL registrants for accessing our opening, keynote, award ceremony, closing ceremonies.
Right, that makes sense. So talk about then the pricing and how those two categories work if people want to sign up for either of those.
Sure. So our public expo, it's a $5 ticket, gives you basically 48 hours access to all the content, access to our vendors in the Brick Bazaar, and the ability to view all the mocks. In fact, if they want, they can then even vote for a People's Choice. We'll have a Google form with links for that, so that they can pick their favorite. And then for our AFOL attendees, our entry-level ticket is $25 for basically 48 hours access plus the potential for recordings after the event. And they can submit mocks. They attend all the various presentations. They will also have access to the vendors. They have access to both the private, the AFLL side, as well as to the public-facing presentations. And if you've been to a BrickCon, you know that we give out prizes during our general sessions. We will be doing door prizes for all our general sessions. And what we've arranged is that they will get a brand new set drop shipped from Lego. This is what's keeping our shipping costs down. And our prize value will start at about $100 and go up. So we trigger all the free shipping, and they get a great brand new set. I've seen the set list; it's looking exciting. So yeah, trying to think what else they get. I think that's and then for our AFLLs, we actually have a couple of different tiers of tickets. So the base ticket is $25. And then if they want a T-shirt, there's an upscale for the T-shirt, and that varies from region to region. So I can't necessarily quote all the pricing because we have to deal with the shipping costs of the T-shirt. And then our top tiers are what we call the Bundle Plus, and the Bundle Plus comes with a goodie bag as well. And there is a limited number of those. Once we're out of bundles, then we can't sell anymore. Last I heard, I think we had about 100 tickets left for the Bundle Plus. For those that were hoping to get a con model, those sold out within about the first 2 weeks. So
those normally do. Yeah, you got to be quick on that stuff.
Yeah, well, usually we have maybe half a dozen left by the time the show starts, and people can buy them at our booth. But this year, everybody wanted the con model, and the con model is really cool because it's potentially will be the first way everybody can get an orange spaceman. The minifig book I think is supposed to come out sometime in here. It's the one that the spaceman came with, but we found when we did our lug bulk order to build all these, it was available, so we grabbed the orange spaceman. So everybody with a con model will get an orange spaceman.
Perfect. Getting in some of those early exclusive parts as well for people.
Yep. Yeah. Really excited. Con models turned out pretty good. There should be, we think people should be receiving them by now. We sent those all out last week. And so probably in the Seattle area, because those are the easiest to ship short term, they may already have them. So I'm sure somebody's going to be posting pictures at some point of what they think of it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Chris Malloy from Brothers Brick designed it for us, put together all the graphics and the build instructions and everything. And so far, people who've seen the pictures have thought it pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. We had a question in the chat. So I want to mention for all of our international viewers who are watching this video, if you're wondering about times, I think the times on the BrickCon website are all on like West Coast Pacific time, right? So if anyone's watching internationally, then you'll just translate from Pacific time to whatever your local time zone is, and then you should be able to figure out kind of what time things are happening where in your part of the world to see if it'll work. But that is a great thing about doing these virtual shows, is that it opens it up then to everyone in the world. Anyone can join then.
Yeah, sadly, we're probably catered more to the US and Europe than we are to our Asia Pacific builders, just because of the nature of the way time works and around the world. But yeah, 11 Pacific Daylight. So UK, that'll be 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Berlin time. You can go from there.
Mm-hmm. So for European viewers, just get some evening entertainment over there, and it works well.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's exciting stuff. And I will mention we have a link to the BrickCon website in the description of this video. So if you want to go over and buy a ticket, get more information, it should be all over there on the website. Is there anywhere else you'd recommend people to keep an eye on, any social media channels where you guys kind of keep stuff updated as the show gets closer?
So we do have our own Facebook group. I think and I'm drawing a blank. I don't have that in front of me to point you to it, but if you search for BrickCon on Facebook, you should be able to find us. And we are keeping that updated with various things. And I think we may have a presence. I think we have a presence on Instagram, but it's fairly small compared to our Facebook presence.
Gotcha. So Facebook's it sounds like it's the best place then if you're
Correct.
on Facebook.
Correct. As well as our website itself, which you've been advertising or been posting up, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's lots of good info out there for everyone. So it sounds like it's going to be an exciting time. So that's just like a little over a week away then?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting down to the wire. So, yeah, the opening ceremonies is what officially kicks it off. It'll be Friday Pacific. It's getting my time zones backwards. 6 p.m. Pacific Friday is when we. I'm thinking I'm getting messed up. Yep.
Too many time zones to keep track of.
Yep.
Well, good stuff. So I thank you for all the info. I'm gonna launch into my building here. So feel free to stick around, Steven, if you've got anything you want to build, anything you want to work on, and we can definitely keep chatting here about both BrickCon this year as well as some past BrickCon shows, because I'm sure there's a lot of experience you've had there over the years that we can talk about.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's see. There's a question from Jeff in the chat. Is there a cutoff date for registering to display for the AFOL registration?
Yes, we actually have 2 cutoff dates. And the first one is September 25th. And that is if you want to be judged for a theme trophy. We are doing trophies. Brothers Brick is sponsoring those, and we'll actually ship those trophies out just like we've had trophies in the past. So, yeah, September 25th, approximately 9 p.m. is our cutoff date. If they're flowing in like crazy, then I'll delay it. But if we get to a break in there and nobody's submitting anymore, then we'll close it down. And it's so early is because we have, unlike when we're in a physical presence where all the builders get to build or set up their stuff on the tables, we actually need some time to be able to put together the Flickr albums. And that's why we have to cut it off so early. But we do have a final, the total drop dead deadline. So if you think you have a best in show build and you want as much time as possible, you can submit that up through about 9 p.m. September 30th. So that's the final cutoff date for submitting your mocks.
So we got a few days, but not a lot of time left. So definitely be
pretty much. Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be some all-nighters this weekend as people scramble to get done.
Yeah, well, what's a Lego convention if you haven't stayed up all night for several nights before, finishing a build?
Yeah, and hoping that your Bricklink order gets here in time, and yeah, exactly.
Trying to figure all that out.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a Bricklink order for that matter.
Will you have some builds of your own on display?
I actually have 3 registered. Yes, I have 2 of them in town and 1 in Dystopia.
Nice.
And then if things go well and I can figure out how to get my roof to work, I'll probably have 1 in architecture.
And it looks like you've got a fantastic build area there behind you, so I'm sure you've been making good use of that.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if easy way to say it. It goes down to I'm in the way. A build surface. You can see my build kind of in the background there that I'm working on for architecture. It's a building from Main Street. But yeah, that's my build space.
Very impressive. Very well organized as well, I must say. That's always it's a big struggle.
I'm confined to 8x10 of space, so I have to. It's either organized or I can't fit.
So what types of builds do you primarily work on, or do you kind of switch between genres and just do whatever you're feeling like in the moment?
I do a lot of town train. I'm part of the local train club, the Lego train club, so I'm always building stuff that we can use at the train shows. I'm also a big Disney fan, so I'm actually in process of trying to build Disneyland Main Street. And I've had variations of it off and on for a while. I'm in process of building the east side of Main Street. So building behind me is known as the Main Street Hotel, which is where the magic shop is at Disneyland. And I'll continue on down the street. So that's my current set of projects.
always Disney builds like that are always popular with the public, so that's a good build. Definitely get people interested.
Yep.
And you can definitely tell us a little bit about the history of BrickCon as well, because I think it's interesting just because of how long it's been around. So, Brian and Kirk, you guys have never made it out to BrickCon, right?
No.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So I guess I'm the only one in the stream here then that has been there. But has it been over 20 years, Steven, that the show's been running now?
No, this will be their 19th. Next year
it was right around 20. Yeah.
Next year is our 20th show. So we're hoping that this COVID thing's over so we can celebrate for real.
Yeah, well, that's quite the achievement. There are, just very, very few shows that have been around even close to that long.
Yeah, we've actually been doing the research trying to figure out if we are the longest running, and it looks like we are the longest running convention right now in the world, which is, for us, it just keeps plodding along. It's kind of surprised when you step back and realize that we've been around longer than anybody else. There's obviously cons before us, Brick Fair not Brick Fair. I forget the name of it. There's been a couple before us.
Brickfest, was that?
Brickfest. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. That one I think helped spur BrickCon into existence.
And you guys normally hold the show in like basically downtown Seattle, right? So
it's right at the base of the Space Needle.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actually been at the Seattle Center for, I think it's all but 1 year. There was 1 year when we weren't there. Been in, I think, 4 or 5 different locations. We've been in our current location, with the exception of this year, since 2008. I think is when we moved into the exposition hall. And now we've grown enough that we're beginning to burst at the seams. If you were there last year, we had a tent outside to help give us some extra space. Had some great food vendors there. And then this year, obviously, space is not a problem. Build away.
Yeah, I know that is the problem with BrickCon as well as other shows face. It's like, what do you do when you get so many builders registered and trying to figure out where to put everyone's builds, where all the people can go? And so, do you guys, for when you can hold the convention in person again in the future, are there plans to switch anything up very much, or do you feel like you've kind of gotten now into the flow of things enough and have found a system that works and you can accommodate most everyone?
We've been able to accommodate most everyone. With a number of people who've gone into collab builds, that's actually in some ways helped because they aren't building as much individual, and so their stuff is combined with others in space. But it kind of ebbs and flows. There's times when we're really scrambling trying to make sure we have adequate display space for everybody, and then there's some years when it's we get a few tables that look a little empty, and so we really don't know until that year. My expectation is next year, if we're back in a physical presence, is that it's going to be bursting at the seams because people have been building for 2 years worth of stuff to display.
That's our hope as well. When we can eventually get out to a convention and start making videos again, it better be all the best high quality stuff. People don't have the excuse that they didn't have enough time to build now. So,
right. So I think Brothers Bricks had the hardest time is trying to figure out how to limit the number of builds to display, because there's been some pretty incredible builds out there.
Yeah. Well, that's a good problem to have. It's nice that so many people have continued to pump out the great stuff. Well, I'm going to keep trucking away on this Trafalgar Square build. Brian, how's your build coming along? It looks like you're close to finish there.
Hedwig is looking spiffy. I have just the head left to go, and then he'll be flying away with this envelope in no time.
It looks like it'd make a very good display piece because it's got like the stand, right? So it seems like, is that mostly the type of kind of audience they aimed it at, is if you want it on display?
Yeah, totally. And you could totally hook up like a motor and make it go on its own. It'd be really fast, so you got to put some gears in there. But I've seen it move, and obviously I have it here. It doesn't look 100% quite yet, but it flows very nicely. I've noticed with this set and the haunted house, like these knobs come off super easily. Like there's nothing securing them on the bottom there. So like you'll be doing this, and then like maybe it's just because I have fat fingers, but then they'll pop right off like that. There's nothing securing them. So I don't know how like this key. It's been a thing I've seen a couple of times actually, but other than that, it flows very nicely, as you can see.
Looking good. How's your build vision?
The build is going good. I'm about to move on to the final bag, which is bag 7. So that's going to finish up this car, and then finish up this car and one more figure.
Just putting on all the final details here, trees and that sort of stuff. Find all these little pieces.
You have most of that structure done, Joshua?
Yes. The museum building here is just like some, I think, kind of glass parts to put on the top to kind of add like window looking pieces, and then it's done. So the building is close to done. It's mostly this part out here, the square itself, that I need to add the details to.
Excellent.
Of course, can't ever find the piece I'm looking for.
No, that would make the whole process a bit too easy.
There we go.
So has anything happened exciting in the world of Lego this past week? Well, actually, a couple of things, now that I think of it. I know Mike does the news every weekend throughout, the week. He summarizes whatever happened. I really wanted to get the elves, not elves, because that's a retired theme. The Christmas set.
The elf set.
Clubhouse, the elf
set.
clubhouse.
Yes, the elf set, not the elves set. That one is done by Chris McVeigh, who we've tried to get on the show before, but he's hiding in Denmark somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's been a struggle. I was actually hoping that maybe we can do something with him with that set. Would be cool. So maybe at some point in the future we can finally have him on a stream. We tried to line some things up earlier in the year and just could never work out with his schedule. But hopefully we can do something with Chris, because yeah, he's obviously a fantastic builder, and both the builds he did as an AFOL and now as a designer is some great stuff.
I love the look of that set, man. It looks very whimsical.
I don't mean to make you guys jealous, but Chris McVeigh will be talking about this exact set at BrickCon Sunday at about 10 a.m.
Wow.
Perfect. There was a reason Brian brought that up.
That's it.
Awesome. So yeah, if you do want to hear more about the set, then that's another great presentation happening at BrickCon.
You don't have to wait and hope that he shows up on this podcast. You can just go to BrickCon.
Yep, he'll be part of the AFL side presentation.
What stands out to you about this set, Brian? Are you a big fan of the Christmas sets in general, or is this particular one with the elves and everything have more appeal to you?
So Joshua, I have every single Winter Village thing ever released by Lego ever. It is one of the only themes I have actually one of everything. And I look forward to building these every single year, whether they have a gift with purchase or not, no matter what it is. Even the Winter Toy Shop, that was a re-release. I ended up getting that one as well because I'm a sucker. So I really enjoy the winter sets. I actually have the gingerbread house right over here for a little thing I'm working on. But it's such a good theme and a good thing to build as like a family together, when you get it every year for Christmas or whatever. It's so cool. And it's cool having those sets alongside when I worked at the Lego store, the employee gift that would be a Christmas themed thing, have it, right next to that. So it was definitely a part of my holidays every year. So I'm excited to get this. Preferably, I'd like to wait until, November, because I literally just started Halloween stuff, but, still very cool.
Yeah, they are a great line of sets, and yeah, it's nice that because it's only usually one set a year, then you can reasonably collect all of them like you've done, and it's not like Star Wars or something where it just becomes way too much.
Yeah, and they tried to repeat one year with the toy shop, and everyone was like, no, don't do that. So now they're like, all right, we'll just release new original ones every year, and it works out. So I love the look of this one. I especially love the back of it, which I didn't see for the longest time. I don't know if producer John can grab a picture of it, but it's like 3 bunk beds, one on top of the other for the elves, which I thought was really cute and like a really clever way of having them all, be able to live inside of there as well. The thing that really grinds my gears, and this is, something very obvious just looking at the set. Like, okay, you see, like, it's just an awesome interior. And if you scroll back up, John, just a hot second, you see with that, they're using car doors as wrapping paper. I did not realize that. That is what that piece is right there. So really good part usage right there. Shout out to Chris. The thing that grinds my gears about this set, though, is that they have 1 reindeer. Count them, 1, which, if you have all 8 reindeer in one set, it's going to be really expensive. They're not going to put 2 or 3 in there. But if you wanted to get a full slew of reindeer for the sleigh, that's not a part of this set. But if you wanted to get that, it's going to be super expensive on the third party aftermarket. So hopefully that reindeer piece comes out in future sets. Obviously, that's from the stag piece we got in Harry Potter last year, used as it should have been in this set here. Could have seen that one coming. It's a really, really awesome set. I always love the toys in the Winter Village sets as well.
That pirate ship is great. Yeah. Little piano.
How they managed to get the scale. It's always great.
Yeah, well, I will say they've done past Christmas sets have included a lot of reindeer, right, Brian? So they probably figured, you don't necessarily need to include that with every single one every year.
Excuse me, Joshua. That's incorrect. This is the first time Lego has come out with a reindeer in any of these sets. As a mold, they came out with...
Okay. Well, yeah, as a mold, yeah.
As they came out with reindeer in Santa's sleigh. Those were brick built, and they only included 4 of them, including a baby reindeer, which was not Rudolph, even though they included a translucent 1x1 stud in there that didn't go anywhere else on the set. So it's only been one other time that there's been actual reindeer in a set. So,
well, my apologies. I didn't realize you took your reindeer so seriously. So it's a great oversight. It's
one of the things that I'm just so passionate about that I need to, Alyssa, Easter egg, if you zoom in on the nice list, you can see the Vision bricks is on it.
Wow, man. Chris just really doing you well there, Vision.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
That's it right there.
The bed thing definitely caught my eye. I do think that's pretty funny, how the beds all flip over.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. It's such a whimsical set, So they the past couple of years they've done like the Gingerbread House, Santa's Workshop, this. So the last one was the fire station 2 years ago. That was an actual building. So I wonder if they're going to go back to buildings for a Winter Village rather than the whimsical ones like this in Santa's Workshop. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool factor. Mike in the chat also spotted his name on the nice list. Wow. Apparently everybody is on there.
Yeah, I don't see my name on there. I think
Rick
Santa
O'Brien is nowhere to be found.
Santa is allocating his resources to the other good boys and girls of this world. They need to focus on me. I don't need more stuff.
He realized you already got Mario sets, so it's like, what could I give Brian for that?
The big red brick in the sky gave me Lego Super Mario. I don't need Santa to bring me Jack. I'm all set. All set. The naughty list is null and void this year. I agree, Noah, 100%. No one's on the naughty list. Everybody gets toys. Everybody. Yeah, she's definitely not on that list, Joe.
I want a waffle maker.
I do too. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
And that's actually, there's like a play mechanism there, right? So it like drops them down in or something.
I don't know. I
Thought I saw that demonstrated somewhere.
It looks like it's a waffle dispenser.
I wonder how much for one of those in my house, you know? Maybe I should ask for that for Christmas. Put that
I think my dogs would learn how to use it.
It actually works and drops waffle tiles into the pan. Oh, cool. Awesome. And there was also this, what was the Cantina last week? Was that when did that drop? I forget.
I think it was last week. No, wait.
It was like Wednesday? It feels like 3 years ago already.
Shout out to Hugh Millington in the chat real quick. Great pictures from Brickset. Yeah, thank you. Thanks to Brickset, which I think is where we're showing these photos from right now. So Hugh does a great job over there. Thanks for all the work you do, Hugh. Glad you could stop by today.
I thought he was publicly calling you out, like, why are you using these from Brickset? Did you ask those guys? And I'm like, oh, that is the guy. Oh, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm assuming he's okay with it.
He's really upset, specifically you, Brian.
Oh, well, gosh darn it. This is one of the first sets he's built that wasn't the brick sketches, right? You come out with?
Chris, yeah, I believe so, as far as stuff that's been released, yeah. He has only done a pretty small number of actual release designs yet, so it will definitely be cool to follow his work in the future. I mean, his stuff was so amazing as an AFOL. It was too bad he lived up in like the middle of nowhere in Canada. And speaking of Hugh, actually, I think Hugh was one of the few AFOLs that Chris like ever met in person for many, many years, because he lived way up in Canada and didn't make it down to conventions or anything. So it's nice that he's over in Billund and can interact with more fans now.
Yeah, the Great White North will do that to you.
Kevin Hinkle in the chat as well. Kevin, we were talking about you a lot.
As always.
Yep, as always. Good and bad.
Mostly bad. Bad because he didn't have enough of those stickers on deck for the people.
Yep. I was telling everyone about how Kevin and Brian are using the Supreme artificial scarcity model to drum up more sales.
And you know what? I guess it worked. I don't know.
See.
So, Josh, do you have a favorite memory from BrickCon?
One of the things that definitely stands out the most is I was there. I don't know if this has happened more than once, but the alarm went off during the show, and they had to evacuate. Fire alarm went off during the show, and they had to evacuate everyone. And then everyone went outside. And then we started doing like man on the street video interviews with people, as they were just kind of like waiting outside just to chat with people to give us something to do and to get some fun content from it. So that was a fun time. I think that's the only time I've ever been at a convention where the fire alarm went off and we had to evacuate during the show.
I think that's the only time it's actually occurred, and we're hoping it stays that way. I like the wing motion. That's great on Hagwick.
It's pretty nice. I am very impressed with this. It makes for an awesome model there. But yeah, you'd have to slow it down substantially, because like all those Lego motors, they always like they go super fast. So you'll have to do some work there as that falls off again. But yeah, I'm not just gonna sit here like a schmuck. I got something else too. So Hedwig is done. I knew that would be quick, and I also have this Creator 3-in-1 rover that is not classic space, but it's as close as I'm going to get for a Lego store nowadays. So that's what I got to keep me occupied here.
There you go. So how many how many Harry Potter sets are there in the latest wave? Have you picked all those up yet?
No, I haven't picked them all up yet. I just have Hedwig. There's like 5 or 6. So my plan was to get like 1 per quarantine cast and just, trickle them out that way and get them done. But I didn't pick that up this week. So I was going to build them on the 24-hour charity stream, but that's not going to happen because that Diagon Alley is probably going to take me 24 hours after reevaluating my speed of build.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about because I could probably get that done in like 8 hours if I really focused on it. So that's going to be even more painful when that happens. But
you can't think about that part of it, Brian. You just got to sit there and work and build away.
That's it. I mean, as long as I wake up at like 3:30 or 4 p.m., I should be good. I can be awake for 24 hours and do it.
No,
but
you need to be up 30 plus hours like me by the end.
Listen, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
So what time are you going to go to bed the day before then? If you're going to get up that late, like how is that even going to work logistically?
So I would technically have to go to sleep if I got a full 8 hours at like 9 a.m., which is not impossible, but I would have to. Oh man, this would have been a lot easier if I had if I stayed up for Black Friday and Black Friday was a thing because I could be up shopping all night. Not actually shopping, but like going places.
Right.
So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'll have to stay up super late on Friday, wire myself like to the Dickens, and then crash, and then wake up and then be good.
It's not a bad strategy. I don't know. I've never really tried anything like that. I've basically just stuck to my normal schedule.
No. I think I've never done it before, but that seems like a losing strategy to me because you're up for like 30 hours. That's a long time.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's not bad. I never fall asleep on stream.
Yeah,
so
but you have the energy of a young, spry man. I'm like 500 pounds and doesn't have the energy to even wake up some days.
You're
Like
younger than me, Brian, aren't you?
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Yeah, same. All right.
Oh,
So
okay. So we're both old together.
when's your birthday?
December 15th.
Okay, so I'm gonna forget that. Good. All right, mine's January 23rd. So you got like 2 months on me.
I think you'll do great. I think you can.
I think I'm gonna do fantastic as long as we have some high energy people in there. I need Vision Bricks to be off the chain the entire time. I need him screaming, living.
No, that's Andreas' job is to just come in screaming every flower.
Hold on. I was cleaning and I was cleaning out one of my shelves that I have in my room, and I have my Zusammengebaut minifigure.
Oh.
2018, I think it was when I saw you guys there. I got that bad Larry right here. So Andres is always with me in spirit.
Yes, I think your minifig in my minifig display case, yours is right next to Andreas's.
That's where it should be.
Yep. I'm
Right
looking at it right now, and then Kevin's right next to you on the other side. So the three of you together, keeping each other company.
Totally, yeah, absolutely.
Do you sell those minifigs, or is it just kind of a giveaway on a person by person basis?
So I sold of the Bricks O'Brien minifigure, I sold 100 of them within like a couple of days, and then I have, I think, like 3 for me, and I have a few left under special circumstances. I don't know what those circumstances would be, but they are no longer available for sale, and there are no current plans to print more of them. So that is my official marketing political answer for you there.
Sounds like it's time for me to go throw mine up on eBay.
You know what? If you put that in the Mom Squad Facebook group, somebody might actually buy it for like big money. Somebody, maybe.
The Mom Squad.
Listen, Joshua. Don't mess with the Mom Squad. It's nothing to joke about.
I know. I need to treat them more seriously.
They are venomous but the most diehard Bricks O'Brien fans. You think anyone in the chat here is a fan of me? No.
No.
Those moms will go to bat for me.
Why don't any of them show up in the stream?
You don't. I mean, you don't. If you took a week off, you're like, here, take the keys. I'm like, all right, I can get all the moms in here. They're talking about whatever. You know.
Are they fans because their kids are fans, or because they're fans?
So here's the interesting thing, Joshua, is what I've noticed is, you know, they'll be like, oh my gosh, you know, my son absolutely loves you. Let me join this mom squad. Join it. And then that's the voice of a mom from Minnesota. Shout out to Katie and Amanda. But they will join. And then a lot of them watch my live streams. And so they'll be like, oh, let's sit around as a family and watch Brian do his little gaming, the thing. And then the kids will be like, I'm bored. This is stupid. And then they'll run away. And then the moms will just watch me because they want to watch me because I'm fun.
Oh, I see.
You know? So the moms are the ones who stick around, but the kids, I guess, are the initial hook. But a lot of people any age watch me. Like a lot of teenagers, young adults, like one of the Big D who sent in the pickles, like he didn't find me through his kid. He was just watching my videos, him and his wife. So like it's literally any age. There's no like one market that I'm like aiming for. It's just E for everyone, you know?
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good when you can appeal to everyone. Does Twitch break down like male and female and like age bracket and all that kind of analytics stuff, or do they provide that?
I don't know it if they do, because I know YouTube does that, and I can tell you based off my YouTube analytics, it's like 40% women, 60% men, and then the age ranges are like everywhere. So, you know, it's a good split. It's not like it's 90% guys, you know. It's pretty good. So I'm happy about that. And I've been meaning to get a Beyond the Brick minifigure available on boonbuilds.com. I haven't gotten mine yet, but I wanted to have it so I could put the minifig Bricks O'Brien head on there. It's like, oh, I'm corresponding with Joshua, you know, that sort of thing. So
now you're talking.
Yep, that's it. So, but yeah, it's fun for the whole, like that live stream I did last night of decorating my my Halloween setup was really fun because like all the moms were like, Brian, do this as the decorator of the you got to switch these things over here. No, it's not. You don't have the right light balance over here. It was just a lot of fun. So. And I appreciate the Beyond the Brick account, whoever's behind it, tuning in when they can and subscribing with the Prime and all that.
Yep, that's me. Yeah, I like to. So I the only Twitch people I follow are you, Nick, and Kevin.
That's all you need.
My phone, so I get alerts when you guys go live, and so if I'm have time and I'm not doing anything else, then I'll tune in for a few minutes whenever you guys are going live, and maybe leave a comment.
Well, thank you. Yes, there are others that I will educate you on over time. There are more than us three that I can speak for. But that'll probably shed light when we get to the 24-hour stream. Get the all-star cast. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah. Finally working on. I just finished the base of Nelson's column here. About to put up the main pillar. Here's one of the. So there are like 4 lions around it at the bottom. So this is how they depicted those.
And yeah, Tristan, using somebody else's logo, you're like, you don't. I mean, you should change it. I guess.
Here's the these little 1x1 pieces here, which maybe are hard to see. There's these 1x1 dark gray tiles around the base of the column. Those are depictions of Admiral Nelson's 4 most famous battles. Here's a little fun fact for you that's it's related to Denmark, so we'll say it's Lego related. So one of his most famous victories was in Copenhagen when he took the British fleet and destroyed the enemy fleet that was there like seeking protection in Copenhagen. Admiral Nelson went in and destroyed it, and that then originated the term Copenhagening, which is when you like a fleet would go into a city and either capture or destroy an enemy fleet, and that's where that term originated from. And now that's applied to any time that happens throughout military history. So there's a fun little Danish fact for you.
Very nice.
So Vision, are those sets you're working on are from the same line of Harry Potter sets that Brian's set is from, or are those different?
These are from the first wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can never keep track.
Yeah, there's only 5 or 6 I don't have that are out right now.
Mhm.
So, yeah, none of the ones that Vision lied about the sale on were a part of the newest wave.
Oh yeah, wait, that's what you need to give us an update on is the Target saga.
No, there is no update. That's
Well,
it.
you said you had ended the stream saying you were going to go try to find some deals, right? Did you find anything?
It's too much effort. You know?
Oh, okay.
I got sleeping to do, you know?
Oh, so I thought you were going to venture back out there, but I guess not.
No. I was too caught up with the one manager that was like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well,
Who?
now you've
who's- wait, what?
besmirched Vision's good name forever on stream.
As it should be.
Alyssa asks, is Joshua a Harry Potter fan? I mean, if it wasn't like glaringly obvious whenever Harry Potter gets brought up, no. I know nothing about Harry Potter. Sorry, Alyssa. Same with, let's see, Pokemon and probably most of the other things that you're a fan of, as Brian can attest to. I don't know anything about it.
That's one of the only reasons I'm here. Is because I can speak to all of those things more than John or Joshua.
I've got to surround myself with people who know what they're talking about.
Yes, because that way it makes you look better. That's how I've gotten to where I am in life.
Exactly right. Yeah, I've never actually sat down and watched any of the Harry Potter movies.
Joshua, do you like fun?
Not as a rule, no.
All right, so yeah, don't bother. Don't bother. It's too fun for you. Jeff says, Joshua, what's it like living the life of a 1920s adult in post-depression America? Do the flappers bother you? Was the Great War a bad time?
That's pretty much how I structure my life. Oh, man. It's going pretty well, actually. Thanks for asking, Jeff. Just throwing Great Gatsby-style parties all day.
Dude, hey, I'd be down for that. That's fine. That is A-okay by me. What's your favorite Lego set? Says Bricks King. I'm contractually obligated to say the Lego Super Mario starter course.
Exactly the starter course, or not any of the other? I thought you liked some of the other sets better.
Well, so the starter course is the one that like you need to get for everything else. So as of right now, I'm going to say the starter course, but if not, it would be the NES. Like my actual favorite one, if not the starter course, I guess is King Boo's Haunted Yard. Which, okay, so I went to the Lego store yesterday to pick this up, and I gotta say, it put a big fat smile on my face when I saw a mother and a kid walk in, and they were like, yeah, he got this as a birthday gift and he hates it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it was this giant Technic truck. And then the person behind the counter was like, yeah, so you have like a $250 credit. And then I hear he was like, oh, I want that one. Oh my goodness. And he looks at King Boo's Haunted Yard, and I'm like, yeah, put that Technic down, kid. Go get King Boo. Let's go. Let's go. The more that
Ariel has left the chat.
Get that garbage out of here. Super Mario time, baby. Man, the more that happens, the better.
More Technic viewers, okay, Brian?
Nah, we need more. We need more of any type of viewer, no matter what. So shout out to y'all, but Technic, man, I don't know. So I was very excited to see, and I said that to the Lego store people. I'm like, the more that happens, the better. And they're like, we know, Brian, we know.
Stand outside the Lego store, like telling people to go in and buy Mario sets.
I'm like the shaking preacher out in front, and I'm like, everybody, the word of the plumber, you know. That's who I am.
Wow.
What's your view on Super Mario RPG, the best Super Mario game of all time? Unfortunately, I haven't played it. I am uncultured. I'm sorry.
There's a Mario game you haven't played? I thought you played all of them.
It's actually quite a few of them. That one I never had the interest in playing, not yet at least.
That's why I can never play a game through more than once, because there's just way too many good games out there, and it's like I feel the need to go and try a new game rather, even if a game's like really amazing, to play it through more than once. Like Breath of the Wild, for instance, which is such a massive game and takes so much time, to play that game through more than once is such a time commitment when there's so many other good games out there.
Well, but it's not like you play a variety of games anyways. Like, so why would you? No, well, I mean, okay, so instead of like replaying the few games you have played, you want to try to play a new experience.
Because I play so few games, it's like I'm not gonna the very small amount of time I have to put into gaming, I'm gonna try something new instead of replaying something.
Yeah, you can either fall like one way or the other with that one. You know, you're either like, nah, I'll just stick with this one game because I have not much time to invest in others, and I'll get to know this one a lot. But yeah, I get your point of view too. If you could make a Mario game, what would it entail?
I feel like that's a very, very long, in-depth answer.
How about I answer that in the 24-hour stream, Jeff? I'll come with a PowerPoint presentation.
You start with hour one. You set the scene in the storyline and then take us through.
Yep. So Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser.
We're going to start off really original and creative.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
If you could design your own, you could embed like the old side scrollers in the middle of the game, and you have to play them both.
Right. Exactly.
Brian avoiding the hard questions as always, says Jeff.
You know, it's a fine art I've mastered. I want to give that question the attention it deserves, you know. Hey, Jeff, trying to spark conversation. What's your view? Or rather, what's the best thing about the owl? The owl's name is Hedwig, you uncultured Star Trek lover. The best part about Hedwig is the motion. Obviously, the way the wings flap, it is incredibly dynamic with the way it moves. And this seems like a model that I wouldn't think existed. Like I would have never thought Lego would make something like this, because they could just redo all the old Harry Potter sets, but instead, like Sam said last week or the week before, like they want to make new things as well. So this is like one of those new things that works really well. So The pro game says it's Hedwig, not Hedwig. It's Hedwig. Gotcha.
That's Brian's Boston accent coming out.
It's an owl. It's a Hedwig. Huh? That's what it is. It's an owl. He does the flap. That whole thing. Brian, if you could have anything, and this could apply, I guess, to any of us here. If you could have anything into a Lego Ideas set, what would you want? Right now, of like the submissions or like anything new? Because of the submissions, it would be Avatar for me personally.
Oh, we discussed this last. Well, I think my favorite. It was hard to choose, but I think my favorite last week when we went through. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? I can't keep track now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Was the Western film set. That one I think would be my. If I had to choose one, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff in that review, but that might be my number one pick. Kirk said he wanted more 1990s pop culture ideas. Project.
1990s, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's totally right. No, like I said, Kit from Knight Rider, Avatar. What's the other one? There was something else, but I can't remember. Those two things though, so far. But there was something else that I saw. Oh, and the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. Those three.
Are you like 70 years old, Kirk?
No, I just prefer the older stuff for some reason. I don't know. That's how I am. That's me. Yep. That's me.
I'm right there with you, Vision. See, it's not only me, Brian.
I'm very selective with the stuff that we get these days. Like besides superhero films from like the MCU and some of DC EU stuff, that's about it. But I don't know.
Speaking of new hotness here, Brickwiz says, sorry I couldn't make it out this week, boys. Did Brian get his 501st battle pack? No, because you keep buying them. I can't find them anywhere.
Sounds like somebody needs to pop into the stream and issue an apology.
They got very aggressive very quickly. I'm sorry. But, it's the truth. It's the truth.
You're striking out on picking up those product deals, man.
I can't say I'm actively looking for the 501st Clone Trooper set, but if I stumble across, I think by end of year I'll get it, but I'm not not itching, I guess.
Yeah, same.
Got 4 more today. Love the Coles Cash. You need to stop. I'm gonna.
Oh my god.
Where do you live again? I need a road trip.
Oh man.
This guy's got to stop.
You can visit both Kirk and Matt in New Jersey, right?
That's fine. I need backup taking care of Matt.
It's not New Jersey. He would have to stop in North Carolina along his way to New Jersey or stop in North Carolina on his way from New Jersey.
I'll stop both times.
Sounds like too much of a hassle.
Yeah, it does. It does. No.
Mini Brick, every time I've mentioned Avatar, you haven't been here, and now you finally show up. I want your Avatar set to be made. Just
yes, same, Nick. Same.
I'm going to continue not watching Avatar just in protest of Kirk and Brian.
Oh, boy.
Life in Lego, I'm not even like waiting for the hype to die down. I'm just like, I'm not going to go to 15 stores looking for them. If I'm in the Lego store and I see it, I'm like, oh, cool, I'll grab one. But the issue is that people, are encouraged to buy so many of them because it's such a cheaper set than a giant set that they come in, and they're designed in a way for you to get multiples of them. So it's like, when will people actually calm down and stop buying 5 of them at a time? Brickwiz, like, when will it calm down? Hopefully by holiday, but who knows?
When the TP scarcity goes away.
Okay, you're talking like end of 2021. I don't like that. Which I still can't even get like disinfecting wipes and stuff. That's
really? I think around here, all that stuff I think has been in stock for a while now.
Yeah,
I'm surprised going into a grocery store and still seeing empty shelves.
Huh.
You know what I've seen a shortage of? Pints of Ben and Jerry's. Can't find them. Can't. I'm dead serious.
Oh man.
So at the Sunoco near my house, they have literally 3 pints of Ben and Jerry's. The one by the 7-Eleven over here has the same freezer burn Cherry Garcia from 6 months ago. There's no new flavors added into the case over by the Walgreens. There's a short because everyone's at home getting fat. There's nothing else to do. Can't go to the well, you can go to the gym, but you know it's the shortage of that too.
It's a tough world out there.
It's a dire circumstances. Alyssa's eating all of them. Alyssa's another problem. Jeez.
She comes across the border and takes them all from you.
I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Is that your go-to ice cream brand?
No. There's a local brand near me called Richardson's Ice Cream, which is the go-to for anything ice cream in my area.
You sell it in like grocery stores and stuff, or is it you have to go to their store?
No, so they have a farm up in Middleton, which is like 20 minutes from here. And then if you go to a local ice cream shop, they all have Richardson's. So it's all homemade ice cream. They sell it by the pint or by the gallon at their various locations. They have like the cows out back and everything. You go pet them. Anytime you go to Richardson's, you get ice cream. They got the mini golf, batting cages, driving range, and it always smells like cow poop. Always. But that's a part of the experience. So, you know.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Yeah, absolutely. When you can smell the source material right as you're eating the ice cream, it's great.
Just put up Nelson's column. I feel like we need some like patriotic British music playing right now.
Okay, so everyone in the chat is talking about what house they would be from Harry Potter. Vision, yes, you would absolutely be in Gryffindor. I just wanted to chime in on this real quick. You would be, 100%.
Yeah.
The house thing with Harry Potter is always so confused me. People take it so seriously, and I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, so have people asked you this question before, Joshua?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure in conversations I think it's come up. And I'm like, I have no idea.
So have people tried to tell you what you are before?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. If I had to guess for you, you are either... Well, I would have to know more.
How do I know if it's true, though, if I don't know what you're talking about?
Okay.
Other people will have to see if they agree with you?
No, okay. So I'll describe to you the 4 houses of Harry Potter. So you haven't seen the movies, you haven't read the books, right?
Right.
Okay, so when you go to Hogwarts, you are in one of 4 houses. And as you are in the houses, you work with your other house members to earn points, pass your classes, whatever, right? The 4 houses represent the 4 founding members of Hogwarts that are in the Hogwarts castle, the 4 characters right over there. And so they each represent different personality traits. So Gryffindor, the one that Harry, Hermione, and Ron are in, represent bravery, courage, nobility, things like that, of a lion, which is why the crest is a lion.
Oh.
Ravenclaw is very smart, very not necessarily cunning, but very like intellectual and like quick thinking. Like the science, the math, the whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slytherin is very cunning, can be deceiving, and basically a Slytherin will do whatever it takes to get what they want from whatever the situation is. So that's Draco Malfoy, the villain, the snarky, like that guy. He's a brat. All right. Ravenclaw, there isn't a main character that I can think of right now that's a Ravenclaw. Hufflepuff is very cheery, happy, positive, and very embracing, and just like kind of ditzy, I guess. So Luna Lovegood is a Hufflepuff, I believe. So
I was really feeling that last one until that part.
yes. So like kind of like head in the clouds, like wow. So if you like,
I'm sure some of my family would say that's me. So that might be the
right. Oh, is Luna in Ravenclaw? I'm sorry. Gotcha. Oh, Ravenclaw, Cho Chang, and Luna. Okay. So Cho Chang, the traitor, which is why I don't mention her and whatever. And speaking of traitors, we have Just Too Good in here. There he is.
Just Too Good is your
Hey, yo, I know I didn't expect to be on today.
You're just Ryan, explain Harry Potter to me like I'm 5 years old.
I was like, oh my gosh.
So
What's up?
What house you in? What house?
Oh gosh, when I did the sorting challenge, whatever, they put me in Slytherin, so
Absolutely 100%. 100%. Undoubtedly so.
Yeah, so
Josh is a Ravenclaw pro gamer. I could see that.
I can see that.
James says he's in your mom's house. Okay. That's
there you go. What?
a great one. All right. Well, there you thank you, James.
Wow. So but you don't get to choose. Do you get to choose your own, or is it assigned to you by other people?
So you put on this magical brown hat, and he's like,
Oh.
Oh, this isn't making me want to watch it anymore.
you want to watch it? You don't want to have an angry wizard hat tell you where you belong? That's part of the story.
Wow. Explanation.
I would have thought I'm a Hufflepuff, but I've been told I'm a Gryffindor. You really have to do like a test. There's a test online. We'll do it another time, Joshua. 24-hour live stream. We'll give you the quiz.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's like those personality tests.
It really
basically is. It literally is. It literally is. That's what it is. But I see what everybody else is building. But Brian, what are you building?
I'm building a career path for my life that isn't involving playing video games for 7-year-olds. No, I'm playing.
Oh, God.
Big, right? There's this here. It's nice. The Creator 3-in-1 Space Rover Explorer that I've been stuck on this piece because I've been telling Joshua the legacy of Harry Potter for the past 15 minutes.
Why you guys explain all these very simple things to me?
Got to do it, you know.
Yeah. The minifigure of that space set is exclusive, right?
Yes, this is a spaceman who has like the classic space logo. You can't see that for the life.
That I could kind of see. I love that torso.
Yeah, that's why.
I hope I got it. I didn't see it in my bricks and pieces order, but I gotta double check.
It's got some gold accent pieces for the classic space logo and whatnot on there. It's pretty cool.
That's dope. Yeah. Let me see. So, Vision, you're just building the Quidditch, right?
Yep, Quidditch match.
Okay, yeah. And then
Just
Josh, what you got? Oh, nice. It's
very, very nice set.
That's the one with the art pieces inside, right?
Yeah. So
I love that part.
Actually, so it's got these 3 panels on the back, and you pull them out, and then there's art inside because this is the big,
I love that part of it.
Main art museum in the city of London.
Yeah, and I think they used like a Dots piece or two early. It was like before Dots came out. The one in the corner there and the one on the right. I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they even have a Unikitty picture?
Yes, yeah, they have like a one thing in there. They've got rainbows.
That's funny.
They've got a nice like ship, kind of like a old romanticism type painting. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's a cool set. I just got my first architecture, I think, with the Tokyo skyline. I got it in Japan, and I got like the cherry blossom tree promo. I haven't built it yet, but I've been wanting to get more into architecture because I'm not really a fan of micro scale, but they look so beautiful when you just display them.
I love the architecture line. That's most of what I build, and they look so incredible on display that I always keep them together. Especially if you've been to the places like I know you took a trip to Japan, right?
Yep. That's where I got it. So I want to start doing that where like I'll go to a country and I'll buy the architecture set to correspond there. But also Did the new White House architecture set come out yet?
Yes, yeah, that's
okay. So that one, because I remember it got like delayed or something, but
Right.
or maybe I don't know. But I've been wanting to get that one. I didn't know how. Do you know how much it is?
I want to say
100.
100.
120.
100.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it has a new 18 plus box, right? So
Yeah,
kind of different.
It's a good build. It's got a lot of very small pieces, like a lot of these sets do, like this, like the museum building did for this set. A lot of those like 1x1 trans clear, 1x1 white pieces. They kind of make up the walls and everything, but that allows them to do a lot of sideways building, studs not on top stuff that makes the buildings look nice. So it
Of course.
good in the end.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go because I got a call with Alyssa, actually. I've been waiting for Alyssa to call, but so I got to do that. But I'll see you guys. All right. It was good stopping in. I want to stop in more on the Tuesdays,
For sure. Always welcome back. Talk to you later, Justin.
All right. Peace out, Josh,
Yeah.
Vision, and Brian. See you.
What a legend. In and out. Just 2 minutes.
That's why John and I got the Great Wall set that's here on the instructions page to commemorate our death-defying hike that we took on there.
Right.
What are Vision? What's your thoughts on these little guys, these little microfigures? Do you ever use these for anything?
I don't have many of them from what I can remember. I know I have the ones from what's that set? It was the gift with purchase, the minifigure factory. So those exclusive ones, I have those, and I think maybe like 1 or 2 Pearl Gold ones, but I like them. Mainly because it kind of, if you were to like example build in micro scale, it does allow you to have characters there in some degree. Even though they may not have as much detail like a regular minifigure would, but I do like them.
Yeah, I think at that scale they add some cool details, and like for this set, they're perfect for these statues that are on the different pedestals and Nelson on the top of the column here. Works really well. They should have removed one of Nelson's arms up here. That would have been really good.
Oh yeah,
special mold. Steven, we've got a question in chat. Are you working on something? What are you building?
I've been sorting minifigs.
Oh, there you go. Now, is that in your personal collection or related to the convention?
Both. So I built one of the builds that I did that we might use as part of an intro into our general sessions had 440 minifigs in it, and now I'm sorting them back into where they belong, which are Disney, which are Marvel, which are DC, which are Lord of the Rings, whatever, so that I can bundle them back up for when I do the train shows. And I do weird things at the train shows, so I'll do like Snow White and the 7 Lord of the Ring dwarves. Yeah, you can have some fun with it. You can have the Lone Ranger meet Jack Sparrow and then wonder why he's in the same spot twice. So I try to do all that. And then I stumbled across, we've been talking about Kevin Hinkle off and on all day, and how many people actually have an official Kevin Hinkle minifig?
There you go. I think I've 2 or 3 versions of him over the years. Yeah, he was always very good about handing those out to people.
Yep, I only looked out and got one.
now he's got his does Brian, does Kevin still give out the business suit minifigures? Do you know? Is that still a great thing?
I have that one that I got from him a while ago. I don't know if he still gives it out. The one he has is like bricks in the middle. That one I also have. I have one of the ones that Steven has with the green pants, but the one I have in my case back here is the business suit one.
There you go. Kevin's had a lot of different looks over the years.
Yes, quite the transformation he has had.
And I think we may have a reveal of Kevin's artwork.
Oh yes, awesome. Let's see. Did producer John? Were you able to pull that up? Whoa! Just like that.
That is our official shirt for that the public can buy. So if they pay their $5 ticket and join us, they can hit our store in the Brick Bazaar and pick up their version of it with either unisex, female, child sizes. That'll be available in that store. I think so that's what he did, and then there'll be a variation of that if you order the bundle plus or the t-shirt option with your AFOL ticket, that you'll get as well.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, Kevin's work is always fantastic, and that looks great. So you've got like the phone, the tablet, the computer there.
Yep.
The BrickCon logo on the shirt.
Right, and if you notice that the colors on the tablets also represent the BrickCon color scheme, and this is to help represent the various methods of which you can join us for BrickCon this year, and that it's all virtual. I'm being pinged by my staff as well to make sure I get all the right talking points in. So, like Kevin will, just to reiterate, Kevin will be there with his own store. Various things that he'll be selling. If you've been to his online store, that will be available there. I think he's going to be taking advantage of the video streaming capability that our vendors will have, and I think he's been talking about doing some cool stuff live.
Yeah, maybe some sketches or something, doing something cool like that. Yeah, gotta
something like that. Yep.
Find out.
Yep. So, yep, our various minifigs there all coming together for BrickCon.
Well, make sure anyone who signs up then to check out the merch section and pick yourself up a cool Kevin Hinkle original design.
Yep.
We got Jake Sadovich in the chat. Thanks for joining us as always, and congratulations, Jake, on the announcement of the re-release of the Ship in the Bottle set. So that's cool. Getting that coming back out to the public. We'll have to have Jake on a stream sometime to maybe build that now that's being re-released.
Oh, cool. I haven't got one yet.
It's very cool. I have one. You can't. It's on the shelf above here. You can't see it in the stream, but yeah, it's a great build. Looks very cool on display. Let's see any questions in chat here. Golden Light Pictures says be sure to check out Kevin's doodle streams every Friday. So yeah, he streams on Twitch, YouTube. Where all is that, Brian? Is it primarily Twitch, YouTube?
No, you got it. It's Twitch and YouTube. He does that every Friday. This Friday, he's actually doing a doodle stream multiplayer version, which means he will have another artist on there drawing exactly the same thing Kevin is, just in their own art style. So somebody in the chat will give a prompt, and then they'll both tackle the same thing, see what their art direction is with that, and some good conversation along the way. Jeff McElwee in the chat will actually be the MC this week, where I have taken the helm plenty of times, so I'm getting a little bit of a break. Jeff's going to hold it down, and it's going to be a good time. That's every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, I know. I've tuned into some of those past streams, and I hear you talking in them. So do you ever show your video, or is it just kind of your voice kind of given? Does it give just someone kind of for Kevin to chat to as he draws? Yeah.
It's someone for Kevin to chat to. I don't need to be in every single thing, as much as I'm about my ego.
Really? I think you should be in everything.
I should be. No, because I make everything better, obviously. But I don't. For him, his drawings are the spotlight, so I take the back seat. But I do, engage in some excellent conversation along the way.
James is wondering if you've ever watched Naruto. I think it wasn't that one of the ideas projects we went over. Yeah, and I mentioned how I had no idea what that was.
I know what it is. I'm not an anime fan, so unfortunately I'm not aware of it or know it that much. Brian is like that one spice that makes the cake better. What cake do you have that has spice in it? That's not good. That's the opposite of good.
Just put like jalapenos in your chocolate cake.
Put some like spicy pickles in that Subway sub, make it all that much better.
I'm trying to decide if I'll start on another build today or not. I'll probably just hold off.
What do you have on deck?
I actually have a couple other London themed architecture sets that have been sitting around for a while. So I've got Big Ben and the London Skyline set that I have not built yet. So that probably will be the next thing.
Cool.
Lego Access, as you watched your Fall Guys video, Brian?
Yeah. What did I win? I think I won that one on stream. So a lot of Fall Guys just comes down to luck and just situational parts of it, you know. I won that one just because, you know, the ball that was coming down the top of the mountain was placed precariously enough, and my opponents were not as fortunate as me. There's a little bit of skill involved with it, or a lot of skill, depending on, you know, what situation you're in, but a lot of it's luck and still random. So I just got lucky that time.
I enjoyed your Fall Guys stream. It's the first time I've actually watched somebody play the game for any period of time. So it was cool to see what that game actually looks like.
Yeah, it's cool. I rotate between doing Fall Guys Fridays and Fortnite Fridays. So last week it was Fall Guys. Yeah. So this week it's Fortnite. And yeah, it's fun. I don't play with people because I feel like they would try to grab me and hold me back. So I play solo, but it's still a good time and everyone cheers me on in the chat and some people play along as well. So it's fun.
Your fans would come in and ruin the game for you.
It happens with Fortnite. It really does. And as much as I love anyone who watches me unconditionally, always love all of you. But what'll happen in Fortnite is somebody will like go in front of me and they'll like emote, or they'll try to like box me in with like the Fortnite, you know, like a wood structure or something. And they'll emote in front of me to try to show off. And it's like, there's literally 20 people watching this live stream. You're not showing off to anyone. You're just making me aggravated. Please stop. And then I just ban them and continue on, because I always like it when we work toward a common goal instead of, hey, let me show off for Brian and annoy him. Like, that's not going to get me to like you. Stop it. You know?
I'll stop doing that. Fine.
Yeah. Don't no. But when I say, hey, X person, stop doing this or I'm banning all of you, then they disperse like ants near fire. They just all go away. And I'm like, see, when I threaten to ban you, that's when it works. All right, cool. And I do it too. So
this is why moderators are important.
Yep, exactly. Shout out to Jeff in the chat there.
Have we ever made Jeff a moderator for Beyond the Brick? Should we do that?
I mean, it can be something we discuss because a lot of these people in the chat might say, well, why don't I deserve moderator?
Oh,
it's a badge of honor. You only need to have moderators in the chat that are, you know, respectable people. And most of the time, the people that ask for power are the ones that don't deserve it, Joshua. So you can't be given this moderator. Not to Jeff. We'll talk. We'll talk.
You got to decide if he's a respectable enough person or not.
This is correct. Is he worthy? It's like Mjolnir. Same thing. Except it's a wrench. How come I'm not a mod on your Twitch stream, Brian? Well, that's because you don't show up often enough, Mike. Just because you're my friend and you're a correspondent on Beyond the Brick does not entitle you to moderator status, just like it does not entitle Vision, and Beyond the Brick is actually not a moderator as well. So,
I mean, I'm all good. I mean, I'm a moderator for your YouTube
how many
channel,
times do I stream on YouTube?
I'm fine there.
I'm sorry, never. So,
Well, yeah, but still, I'll take it anyway.
So, you know, I only have 4 moderators. That's it.
Jin's position is purely symbolic.
Yes, it's a goodwill.
Yeah.
We'll do that's us if we made people moderators on our Twitch channel. So we've never done a Twitch stream.
Yep.
Do you not stream to YouTube, Brian, when you do your streams?
No, because I'm an affiliate on Twitch, and then I believe it's actually against the rules for me to do so. And if I wanted to become a partner one day, then I would like 100% have to stream exclusively on Twitch. And not even factoring that in, but when I'm streaming on Twitch, I'll have however many people are in there, but just as many people will be talking to me. So I'll have me playing the video game and like 30 people talking to me at one time or trying to get my attention, asking a question or something. And then that's just Twitch. If I factored in that same number for YouTube, that's double my brain space. Like just my brain's like a fragmented hard drive. It's just everywhere. So like I can't handle it. So that's why I'm only on Twitch.
No, that makes sense. You don't want to get overwhelmed.
No, and I don't do slow mode either. So if I did slow mode, it would help. But
yeah,
we could be streaming these live streams to Twitch. Like 2 people watch.
No, I mean, like it all starts in the small phases, because Kevin said that same thing. Like, oh, why would I do that? But then now there can be up to 8 people watching on that end as opposed to 20 people on the other end. And then, you know, over time it can grow. And, you know, like when I started streaming on Twitch, because I was on Twitch and YouTube for a while before I was an affiliate, like I had 4 people watching me on Twitch. Now it's like 4T. So, you know, it's just,
there you go.
You know,
gotta build it up. Nice.
Of course. On Periscope right at this moment, 3 people watching. Shout out to the homies on Periscope as always, holding it down.
Holding it down over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Our Twitter page is weird because it's I might have mentioned this before. It's the social media we've been on most consistently for the longest, like updated most consistently for like the entire history of Beyond the Brick, compared to all our other social media. And yet we grow very slowly on there. And we've never, it's always just been like a very, very slow gradual growth on Twitter compared to now Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, which have all blown up for us. So like Facebook, we didn't do anything on for many years, and kind of the early years, we barely did anything. So it's interesting to see how that's been.
Twitter, I'm realizing a lot of it can be beneficial if you actually engage with other people with their tweets and respond and whatnot. Like a lot of that organic interaction does really well. But if you're just updating it for like, here's this new video, here's this new stream, like it doesn't hit as well, you know?
It's very true. Mike says in the chat, Bespin Duel's back on back order. Sorry to everyone who was wanting to pick that up.
No, well, back order is fine because it's still available for purchase.
Oh, that's true.
It's just back ordered. It's not sold out, gone, you know?
Might just take a while.
Exactly, yeah.
Crocodile Train was on back order, and then they actually quit taking orders for a while, didn't they?
Which set was it?
The Crocodile Train?
I believe so, but
it's
yeah.
I think it's back on back order now. So they do have an in-between where they're not taking orders, but it's still going to be available.
You're in trouble if you see it as sold out like a year or 2 after it's come out. That's when you know, like, oh, now it's actually gone, you know? But I knew that set wasn't going to be a limited release because they put it in the Lego catalog. So that Bespin Duel, I'm like, all right, it's going to be around a while. You know, I don't have to buy 17 of them and hang on to them. Not that I would anyways, but it's going to be around.
You don't need 17 Bespin Duels?
No. I actually got 17 Bespin Duels instead of having 17 501st Clone Trooper packs.
Clearly, it's a better set. I mean, that's the obvious choice.
Yeah, right. That's precisely it.
Yeah, the Crocodile Train is back on back order, Jeff says.
Cool. Makes sense.
Yeah, it didn't last very long in stock.
Have you built it, Steven?
No, I didn't get it placed. No, I targeted being the Mickey Mouse or Disney fan. I had to get the Mickey and Minnie.
Yep, okay.
which was very cool build. Would have been nice if they're a bit more posable, but it's still fun.
It's been so long since we got a decent train. I thought the crocodile was decent. I thought people liked it. Or like a movable train. I know that one's not. It doesn't natively have the motors in it, but you could modify it.
At least
I'm waiting for them to come out with other than the GC40. I'm waiting for them to come out with a US centric train instead of all the European trains.
Yeah, there's been a lot of European trains.
At least they're putting train stuff out, unlike what Castle, which they haven't paid attention to for so long.
And there's so much you can do there too. Well, they had the Lord of the Rings, which I think is what they were using to fill their castle for a long time.
That was 10 years ago or something, wasn't it now? Or how many years ago was it?
Well, they kept coming out because of The Hobbit, and
Yeah.
because they didn't have the license at first. That was some other group that made horrible renditions. And then they finally got the license. And then, I think that lasted through The Hobbit. And then they did the Nexo-Knights, I think was their next attempt at something castle after that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll call it an attempt. I won't call it castle.
Here's a good question for you, Kirk. Somebody in the chat wondering, has anyone checked out the new WandaVision trailer? Did you?
I have. Yeah, I have.
As a self-proclaimed Marvel fan, what's your thoughts?
So, I'm excited for the series. When it first was announced, I wasn't as excited because it did seem a bit on the kind of confusing, weird side. But as more information got released about what the show would be doing in terms of the MCU's current storyline and the future of the MCU, I got excited for it. After watching the trailer, it's still a bit confusing what exactly is going on precisely, but it is captivating enough for me to be even more excited for the show. And I'm glad that it's coming out in 2020, in December, not next year. So it's something to look forward to for me.
There you go. And the year on a good note.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. What exactly is the general setting or
so
the
setting is basically Wanda, which is the Scarlet Witch, and Vision Vision died in Infinity War. For those of you guys who do not know that, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joshua. I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter. It's
it
fine.
doesn't. It's been how long since the movie came out?
No, that's Joshua's fault.
Yeah,
no, I've definitely seen that. Of course.
Yeah. So Vision died in Infinity War, and Wanda is still alive. But Vision died. Oh, Milan. Yes, Vision died. Anyhow, so Wanda, Scarlet Witch, is basically, I guess, kind of trying to cope with that whole thing of what happened. But she's creating these alternate realities with her abilities and kind of learning more about her powers, kind of growing into that. And so there's different settings. Some of the stuff looks like something out of a black and white sort of TV show. Some of it looks like something from the 80s. Some of it looks like something from the 90s. It's like a mixture of different alternate realities where there's something going on. And it's supposed to play into, what is it? Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. So it's supposed to play in that and connect to that. It's just a matter of how does it connect with it and what all is going to take place in the show leading up to that movie. And I'm not sure what all that movie's going to do either now, because they did change the person that's directing it. So the original director, which is Scott Derrickson, for the first movie, isn't directing it. I think he has some relation to it, but they're picking someone else to direct it now. So that's the case with that.
Well, thank you for the synopsis. So
yeah, absolutely,
I check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. The Black Widow show has been delayed, right? That
movie was supposed to come out 7 months ago.
Yeah, it was. It just keeps getting delayed. Like everything else that was supposed to happen this year, we were supposed to get. What it was something else that I was looking forward to.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Not that. I am looking forward to that. That's for 2021. But wasn't Ghostbusters Afterlife was supposed to come out this year, right?
It was actually.
It was. That's what I was looking forward to, and then that got delayed. That was one of them that I was looking forward to. So that's delayed. Black Widow's delayed. I'm not really looking forward to Black Widow. I'm still gonna watch it, but it's not like one of those movies where I'm like, okay, I gotta see this. Because for me, I feel like the movie came a bit too late. I feel like that's kind of the scenario with it, even though it's basically taking place after. Is it after or before? It's either before or after the events of Captain America: Civil War. And so for me, it's like, I guess it's a good story. I do like David Arbor and like his work and stuff and Stranger Things, so I'm sure he'll be good in it. Of course, whatchamacallit? What is her name? I can't remember her name now. Scarlett Johansson. Of course she'll be good in it, but I'm like, I really don't care for it as much as I would the other films that are supposed to come out. So that's the case with that. I know they did start filming, or at least start setting up filming and stuff for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So they did start that, and we got to see. I think someone posted a picture of one of the sets, so it does look pretty interesting. And there's no news on like Eternals and the trailer and stuff.
Film sets, right? Not Lego sets.
Not sets, the film sets.
Okay.
Film
Well, like, all right, just making sure.
Yeah. Anyone in chat? No, it's not. We don't know anything about sets.
Don't get the Instagram kids going again, Brian.
Don't let them get going.
No. Oh no, Vision Bricks just clarified that we're getting Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings sets.
Vision was the Instagram kid all along.
Oh, no.
I just realized that StreamYard, so they're always adding new features, and they finally added a feature to full screen the boxes here. I just noticed that. That's great because you can never have it. You can never have them big before.
Gotcha.
Full screen what boxes?
Like so from my view, you've got like the chat on the right. There's like the green room in the bottom here, where everybody comes into, and then there's the main window where our 4 boxes are. And this could only ever be kept like small, like it is now. But now there's an option for it to take up the entire screen, which was nice because sometimes it was, if you have a lot of people in, the boxes get small and it's sometimes hard to see. Shout out to StreamYard for continual updates.
Jeff said Kirk isn't going to get any more IKEA cubes to build with. Oh no.
Oh yeah, how did that go for you?
It went great. It turned out great. I still have the thing up here. But Lego posted it on their Instagram, and IKEA USA posted it on their Instagram as well. And a lot of people were liking the post and everything. So I think it turned out great. We're supposed to do, I think there's one more thing that's supposed to happen in regards to that before that whole thing wraps up, but it went great so far. So I'm happy with it.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
You still can't pronounce any of the products?
No, it's pronounced Biglick is how it's pronounced. I at first was thinking it was Big Lick along with everyone else, I'm sure, but it's pronounced Biglick.
The big lick.
Oh no.
This is the new featured product from the thick separator line.
Oh,
Thick separator. I love this thing so much.
Do you keep it around for all your builds now?
Yep. Why would I use the other brick separator? There's no point. There's no point. It's phenomenal. Love that piece.
Any opinions on it? Personally, and this is not because Lego had me do anything with the project, but personally, I actually like the concept. I think it's very inspirational and it allows you to really like become creative with how you use the boxes, because you could simply just have the simple container, just assemble them with the pieces that they are, and then just put it up somewhere, and that's it. But you have the studs, which allows you to build on top of it. You could add stuff on the side, kind of get creative, which is something that you can see with a lot of the posts that have been posted on Instagram, like stuff that everyone else has built. Like, it's a pretty cool concept, so I'm in love with it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something else in the future besides the containers, but so far I like it.
Is that stuff all available now in IKEAs?
No, it's not available until the 1st of October.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that the Quidditch that you're building better than the previous one? Wait, better than the previous Quidditch set, or better? Was there? There was a previous Quidditch set, right, Brian? Okay.
At least one per set.
I have not built the previous one, so this is my first time ever building any sort of Quidditch set, so I don't really know if it's. It probably is, but I wouldn't know because I haven't built the first one. I am not making up words, Jeff. That is how it's pronounced. That's how it's pronounced. I'm gonna have to return back to this stand right here because I don't know where this 1x2 brick is. It's supposed to be there and it wasn't in the bag, so I don't know if it's missing or it's the case of it went somewhere and I didn't notice it went somewhere, and so I'm gonna have to find it later.
Check the floor. Check your.
I did all that. I was doing that earlier on camera, and I'm like,
left it there.
I checked the bag. I checked the floor. I checked under the computer, under the instruction booklet. It's not there.
Did you check in the bags?
Brian, I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked in the bag. I don't see it in the bag. So,
did you check the bags?
Okay, no. Before you answer,
let me check it again. Hold
on. No, seriously. No. Did you check the bags? Because every single parent that's ever walked in the store is like, my son is missing this piece. Yep. Did you check the bag? I threw them all the way. Well, lady.
That was dumb.
You dummy.
No, it's not in there.
Mark, did you eat the piece?
No.
Did you turn it on and off again?
No.
Did you unplug your machine before?
I believe I do have that specific piece in my collection, so I could easily replace it. So I don't need to get a missing piece thing or whatever. I think I have that. I should. Hold on.
Did you check under the floorboards? Did you check your magic cloak?
No.
Well, I think we'll be wrapping it up here in a few minutes. How's the build coming along, Brian?
I'm almost done with bag 2, so I am chilling. Excited to finish this. I'll finish it probably next week, and or I'll do something else. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
You know what we haven't talked about on stream at all is the fact that football season started. Brian, I know how excited you are for that.
I actually did watch quite a bit of football this past weekend. The Cowboys pulled out something a little loco, but that was good to see. Keep it interesting.
Do you stick with the local team there, or are you a fan?
Well,
somewhere else.
The Patriots are the only team that matters. That and maybe the Buccaneers, maybe, but not really because he's a traitor.
Buccaneers, you?
Well, no. Sunday's results were very good then, weren't they?
Yep.
Seattle won.
Yeah, they were. I follow it when I can. Honestly, most of the time I'm working or doing something. But if I have it on, and if I'm over my aunt and uncle's for Sunday dinner or something, I'll sit there and I'll watch it all day. That's fine.
Do you pay attention to any college sports or not really? No,
up in New England, college isn't as big of a deal because we have the Patriots, so it isn't as much a part of the culture around here. Our college team is BC, but even then, that's more like hockey, BCBU, but not really college football around here.
Gotcha. It's nice to have it back. It's good weekend activity now with the family.
Exactly, it's good stuff.
Kirk, do you follow it at all?
I'm gonna just be honest. I have no clue what any of you guys are talking about right now. I don't know.
Like me with Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm not a big sports person. That's fine. What's the closest thing I've had in relation to sports? I think I've been to 1 or 2 basketball games, 1 baseball game.
Walking by people playing basketball on the street doesn't count.
No. Like an actual, but it was when I was younger. No, it was when I was younger. And then I think No, I can't count that. And then in terms of actual like being in sports, I used to run track, and made it into my local newspaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brick's making the news.
Yes. I did that, and I did do a bit of football, but that wasn't really what I was into, so I stopped. Because, like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, for me, sports, it's like, okay, it's cool or whatever, and it's like, I don't know. Like, it's not that I'm not skilled at doing it, because I am, if I wanted to. It's just...
Wrong idea here. I mean, I can go...
Yeah, no, like, I just... Can you name the teams I saw?
That's the same with Brian as well. He doesn't want people to think he's not skilled. It's just kind of a lack of interest.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not interested in it, so it's like whatever. I don't really care. I believe I saw the New York Yankees play, and then
that's cool.
Yeah. And I believe the basketball game I saw was the Knicks. I think it was the Knicks. I'm not for certain, but I believe so. I think that was the team I saw in terms of basketball. Chances are he saw the Mets and no, Jeff. No, I haven't. Like I said, like
you used to live closer to New York City, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Who did the Knicks play? I don't remember because it was a long time ago. I just remember the jacket that I had for it. That's all I remember. So that's how I know who or one of the teams that was playing. I don't know the other team that was playing that.
Speaking of sports, pick up your Bricks Are My Sport merch from the Beyond the Brick merch store today, btbmerch.com. That's fine if you're not like, I have no problem with people who aren't into sports. That's fine if it doesn't interest you. My problem is people who make it like disliking sports is like a defining part of their personality. That's when it becomes a problem. And it's like, why is this a thing that you feel so strongly about? If you don't like it, then whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
I used to experience that a lot because, like, I don't want to do this, to be honest. I'd rather do something else. And everyone's just like, oh, no, if you play sports, it makes you cool or whatever. And you could just do this and do that. I'm like, I don't really want to do that, though. I'd rather just do what I enjoy. And, of course, recently, well, not recently, but eventually I discovered Lego, and that's what I've been doing. That's how you
became a big fat nerd like the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the club, Kirk. Welcome.
Brian's got that runner's body.
Dude, I got you put a Chinese food buffet in eyesight. Whoop, I'm there.
Kirk is probably tall enough to play basketball. Yes, I definitely was. I was.
You're not that tall, Kirk. How tall are you?
I don't remember you being like remarkably tall when we've met in person.
So it's been a while.
It's been a year.
I believe no. In terms of like the last time I measured myself, I believe I'm either 6 feet.
No, you're not.
No. I'm not lying. No, I'm not lying. I'm taller than my mom. It runs in my family that.
Kirk,
no,
I saw you last time. You were 5'6". You're
no, Brian. No. Because my mom has said the same thing too, and that's why I know. I haven't measured myself in a while, but my mom said the same thing. I'm taller than her.
Kirk's a growing young man, Brian. You know, I
don't care. I'm gonna need.
It grows. It's in my family. Like my uncle is like super tall. And same thing with like shoes and stuff. Like I feel like my shoe size keeps going up like every year and a half or so like that. Like I don't know. It runs in my family. So that's the case there. But no.
You're gonna need to send me on the side of like.
I'll do it when I get.
When you walk into a store and they have the tape there, so you measure if you're robbing the place.
When I get a chance, I'll do it. When I get a chance, I'll do it. It's either.
I would be surprised if you're 6 foot, based on
either that or close to it. It's either that or close to it. It's definitely somewhere within that area. It's not like,
5'6".
Yeah, it's not that. It definitely is not that. It's not that.
Well, I'm glad we got that figured out.
Bag 2 is done. Bag 3 shall be for another time.
There we go. I think that's a good stopping point then. We've established Kirk's athletic talents and Brian's
Love for food and Mario as always.
table.
Yep. That's it.
Well, good stuff, guys. Steven, it's been great having you with us. I'm glad you could join us. And once again, everyone, make sure you check out the BrickCon website. There's a link in the description of the video below. You can find all the info there. If you want to get any more info, you can follow, keep an eye on the website. They have a Facebook page. You can check that out as well if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Should be an exciting virtual show. I'm glad you guys have had a lot of time to put into it. So look forward to checking everything out. Thanks for joining us, Steven.
Thank you, guys. It's been great being here.
Awesome stuff. And Kirk, Brian, pleasure as always. Glad you can get some more builds done. We will be back next week doing more building, streaming, who knows what. So we'll see everyone.